To access the map dashboard, log into Edugence via your web desk. On the left-hand menu, select Map. From here, you don't need to make all of the selections. Simply choose Campus and Year, and then click the green button. Note that Edugence names the year for the second half of the school year. So the 26-27 school year will be named 27 in Edugence. The default report is Performance by Quintile. This shows the most recent map scores by national quintile. Green is quintile 1, the highest. The number in the green box indicates the number of students on your campus who have a map score in the top 20% of students in that grade and subject nationally. Red is quintile 5, the lowest. The number in the red box indicates the number of students on your campus who have a map score in the bottom 20% of students in that grade and subject nationally. Click on the blue icon to see individual student names. In the individual student listing, you'll be able to see all of the students in the first column, ethnicity codes, special ed, economic disadvantage codes, emergent bilingual codes, etc. T is for test grade and C is for current grade. Then you will see 3 oval shapes. This is the RIT score for that student at the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, and the end of the year. Hover your mouse over the bubbles to see which came first in the year. The colors in the RIT scores indicate likelihood of success on STAR. And there's a key in the top right corner that will tell you what level of performance is expected for that student on STAR based on their map scores. Next to that column, you'll see the percentile rank. So again, you can hover to see which one is beginning, middle, and end, and you can see how the student's map score has progressed in percentile rank through the course of the year. The next 2 columns are growth. Fall to winter growth and fall to spring growth. It's important to understand that this is not how much growth the student actually made, but rather how much growth the student was expected to make based on their beginning of year score. So this student was expected to grow 5 points between fall and winter. They actually grew more than that. This student was expected to grow 10 points between fall and spring, and they grew a lot more than that as well. Finally, you will see the quintile column. So again, the 3 bubbles will indicate beginning, middle, and end of year. And you'll be able to see how that student's score has progressed in quintile if they've gone up or down quintiles over the course of the year. Note that it is possible for a student to go up percentile ranks but not move quintiles, or to move up likelihood of success on STAR but not move quintiles. Finally, the last few columns are helpful for instructional purposes. It will show you how the student performed in each of the instructional areas of MAP at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the year. This is particularly important in those content areas where you don't teach all strands in the first semester. That way you can revisit this report in the middle of the year to make sure that your students have grown in those areas where you spent time instructionally in the first semester. In the student name column, you can click on the student's name to access the profile. You can also click on the table icon next to the student's name to access progress monitoring by TEKS in the unit assessments. You got to the individual student listing report by clicking this icon with the 2 blue people. Anywhere that you see this icon in the MAP dashboard, it will take you back to the student listing. Details by student group is another report that you might want to take a look at. This shows MAP projection to STAR based on the NWEA linking study. This report is separated into student groups, and you can hover your mouse over the performance level to see which percent of students in each of the student groups are projected to be not met on STAR, approaches, meets, or masters. This is the details quadrant report. This is a growth report, so therefore it needs 2 data points in which to run. You can run fall to winter, fall to spring, or fall to fall. On the horizontal axis is achievement as measured in percentile rank. The line down the center of the page from top to bottom is the 50th percentile rank. This is considered average. On the vertical axis is growth, measured in conditional growth percentiles. The line across the middle of the page from left to right is the 50th percentile rank. This is considered average for growth. Each dot represents a student, and his dot is placed where his achievement and growth intersect. You can hover your mouse over the dot to see who the student is. The students in the pink quadrant have low achievement, less than average, and low growth, less than average. However, look at the color of the dots. Red is projected to be not met on STAR. Purple is projected to be approaches, which is a passing standard on STAR. Notice that about half of the students in the pink cell are projected to pass STAR, despite having below average achievement and growth. That is because the passing standard for STAR is pretty low. Notice where the blue dots are for meets and then the green dots for masters. The students in the orange box have low achievement but higher than average growth. Students with below average achievement need greater than average growth over a number of seasons in order to catch up. Look for students in the orange box to move to above the 60th percentile rank for growth. The students in the yellow box have average achievement but low growth. The students in the green box have high achievement and high growth. The analysis report allows you to filter and look at data in different ways. Click on any section of a pie or donut chart to filter by that area. For example, under Subject, I will click Math. Under State Projection, I will click Not Met. All of the charts have now changed to reflect just the students who are projected to be not met on Math STAR. What do we know about our students who are not projected to pass Math STAR? I can tell from the pie charts that most of them are in grade 6, most are Hispanic, a little more than 25% are special ed, more than half are English learners, and almost 75% are economically disadvantaged. At the top of the screen, you can click Reset All to make a different selection. You can scroll below to see the students that represent the data above. Every time you change your disaggregation options at the top of the page, the table below changes to reflect the students in the selected groups.